Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08 and welcome to the 54th episode of my second 1 billion iron ingot challenge. In today's episode, I am going to dive a little bit deeper into the mod Botania in hopes of getting the Orechid, which is a flower from the mod that allows you to make iron ore and other types of ore from stone. Obviously, I'm interested in the iron ore that I can get from it, but I don't know if I'll get there today, but let's just dive into what I'm doing. So the first thing I would like to do today is grab a wand, and let's see if I can't find where the wand is out. Right here. So Wand of the Forest is what we're looking for. It is the general multi-purpose tool for the botanist is the Wand of the Forest, and yeah, it's pretty easy to make. We'll need living wood twigs, which I believe we make from the living wood, and then we just need 2 petals, and the petals affect the basically how the wand looks. I don't know that they do anything more than that, but let's grab some living wood here and let's see if we can't make some living wood twigs. Okay, so they're a little bit expensive, which is a little bit unfortunate. That's okay though, we have some more living wood back there if I need to harvest some more. So that's pretty simple, and then we just need to arrange them in a pattern like this. And what colors would go pretty well? So I'm thinking maybe some red and cyan. That seems good to me. Like I said, I don't think this affects how it's used, but I could be wrong about that. So let's throw these in here so that we can grab that. Let's also automate this. And we can throw these in here. Okay, so this wand will allow us to do some things that we couldn't do before. Let's see here. Unknown status. Okay, so it's not bound to a mana tablet, which I have not built yet. I think that's what that's showing. So let's see if we can't make a mana tablet. Okay, so that's pretty easy. A mana pearl or a mana diamond with living rock. So to make a mana pearl, I just need an ender pearl. And I believe I can just go ahead and toss this. I think it needs to go in the pool, not beside the pool. So there we go, have a mana pool, or a mana pearl, rather. And then I can just go ahead and make my mana tablet. And let's go ahead and automate this as well. I actually might be able to automate a mana pool in the future. Actually, I don't think would be too hard. I don't know that I'll actually get around to doing that in this series, though, to be honest. So let's... Did I just bind this up? Did that work? I don't know what I just did, but it looked like I did something. Okay, so anyways, let's look at the Lexicon Botania here, because I know that there's some way to see how much mana I have in my mana pool. Obviously, I should be getting a decent amount because I have 4 of the End of Flames that are currently working, but I'm sure that there's a way that I can see how much mana I have in there. Mana detector. Okay, so that's not what I want. Okay, so I think it's in one of the upcoming pages. Mana steel ingots. I'll probably need some of those in the future. Okay, so this is just some of the recipes, I think. Okay, so I know that there's a way to measure this somehow. I don't know why I'm not finding it. Maybe it... Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll need mana spreaders, but I'm not going to be there just quite yet. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for I'm gonna look for something that measures the amount of mana in a mana pool, because I know there's something that exists. I can't find it right now, and once I find that, I will be right back. Okay, so it turns out I'm just kind of a noob at this mod. So basically, we can measure the amount of mana by just taking the Wand of the Forest right here and right-clicking on it. As we see, it's about 25 to 30% full right now. So yeah, I have no idea how much that actually is. But from doing just a little bit of research, it seems like I'm probably going to need more Endoflames at some point. But I'm not going to worry about that just yet. I can just kind of duplicate this setup if I need to in the future, which I probably will. So anyways, I think let's continue on here. I think I'm going to need to make one of these runic altar things. So let's go ahead and do that. And it looks like I'm going to need a decent amount of mana for each one of these things. So runic altar looks like it's fairly simple here. I'm going to need some more mana pearls. So let's grab some ender pearls. And I actually should probably make a few of these guys. Okay, so let's see, how much did I actually use there? I used a little bit. It was not an insignificant amount right there, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you know, whatever. So that is a runic altar. And to power a runic altar, I think I'm going to need another mana spreader. And I wonder if I can relay these things, because I'm not 100% sure if I can or not. I kind of feel like I can. So let's open up the Lexicon Botania and let's look at the mana spreaders. Okay, it looks like we can. I think one thing I could do to speed this up is I could probably put Endoflames here and here as well on each of the mana spreaders. And that's probably something I'm going to do in the future. Because it does look like my coal is piling up there, because my timer is set to too low of a delay. As in the coal isn't being burnt fast enough. So anyways, I think let's get some... Let's grab 2 of these. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to make 5 more Endoflames. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to rip this out. And I'm also going to rip this out. I'm going to rip this out. And I'm going to put Endoflames right here, because it looks like if I drop my coal right here, it actually is able to grab it from over there. So let's make some more Endoflames. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, because I made them the last episode. I don't need to go ahead and do that on camera again. So I'm going to make 5 more Endoflames. I'm going to put them on, I'm going to put them here, 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 and here around my mana spreaders. And basically, what's going to happen is I'm going to have a mana spreader going from the pool, and I'm going to have that right here, and it will be going off to my runic altar. That way I can power that. And I'm going to go ahead and set up these Endoflames off camera. So once I have the 5 remaining Endoflames set up, I will be right back. So I have my Endoflames set up now, and it looks like I'm getting a little bit more mana than I was before, which is exactly what I want to see. I did make an extra Endoflame because I can't count apparently. But anyways, let's throw that in here, and let's grab a mana spreader and set up the runic altar. So I should be able to set this up right here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and set up the runic altar, say, like right here. So let's do that right here. I really hope this can grab the mana. So let's grab some stuff that I might need here. So let's see what we need to make to actually use this runic altar. And it looks like I'm going to need to throw items in just like I would the mana pool or the petal apothecary to craft items with the runic altar. But let's take a look at the orchid. And let's see where we can go. So we need several things here. We'll need Rune of Greed and Rune of Pride. I know those are things that I need to make with the Petal Apothecary here. So first of all, I need to make a Rune of Water and a Rune of Spring with some Mana Diamonds. Mana Diamonds are pretty easy to make here. Let's see. Can I make the blocks of Mana Diamonds? Okay, so that uses a lot of mana. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to make... how many... Okay, so it looks like I'm going to need a lot of these diamonds. So for right now, let's make 4 of them, because I know I'm going to need at least 4 of them. And hopefully I have enough mana right now to do that. I do. Let's see, how much mana do I have now? Still a pretty good amount. So, okay, so that wasn't as costly as maybe I thought it would be. Okay, so actually, you know what? What I should probably do is document exactly what I need. That way I don't need to keep coming back to the Orchid here. So I will need a Rune of Water. So I'm just going to write this stuff down. Rune of Water. A Rune of Spring. Okay, so we got Rune of Water and Spring, and let's make sure that, okay, so for the spring we'll need water and fire. And okay, so that's the spring. The water is a basic one. So let's go back. That was the greed. Let's do pride. So we'll need fire and summer. And I believe for the summer we'll probably need, yes, we'll need air as well. And Rune of Earth. Okay, so by my count, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 runes, 2 earths, or not 2 earths, but 2 waters, 2 fires, spring, summer, earth, and air. Okay, so that's quite a bit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop back to my main base real fast. I'm going to take a snooze, and then I'm going to come back. That way it can be daytime when I am actually trying to craft all this stuff. So I will be right back in just a moment. Okay, I'm back, and let's start off with the Rune of Water. It looks fairly simple. I will need mana powder and mana steel. To make mana steel, I just need iron into the mana pool, and that looks like it's pretty cheap. The mana powder is, okay, so redstone. Okay, so we'll need some redstone. And let's just do a half a stack because it looks like it's going to be cheap, as well as the iron ingots. Like I said, it looks like it's going to be cheap, so let's just throw in as much as we possibly can and hope that we have enough mana for all this. Okay, so let's see how much mana do we have. Still quite a bit. That's good. And I'm definitely producing a lot more than I was before, so obviously that is also pretty good. So to make the Rune of Water, and this actually produces 2 of them. I will need, okay, so I got the mana powder, I have the mana steel, bone meal, sugarcane, and fishing rod. To make the fishing rod, I will need to automate that because I know I do not have that automated. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I need one of these, fishing rod. Actually, let's get the sugarcane, the fishing rod, and then there's something that I'm forgetting. Bone meal, that's what it is. Okay, so that should be the ingredients to make the Rune of Water. And let's see here. And then it looks like it's just crafting. Let's see how much Okay, so it looks like I'm not running through mana at any horrible rate or anything. So that's obviously good to see. And it looks like it's almost done. Yeah, that's good. That's definitely good to see. So my End of Flame seemed to be doing pretty well. I could definitely do a little bit more. Okay, so I need Living Rock. Oh, do I need one of these as well? Oh, okay. Clearly I'm a noob at this. I just needed to right click it with my One to the Forest. So yeah, so that is one down. Several more to go. So let's do the, I bet the Rune of Fire is pretty easy. So let's do that next because it seems to be also pretty basic. Okay, so we need Mana Powder, Mana Steel. And let's just reorganize things just a little bit up here. Okay, so I believe I need Mana Powder, Mana Steel. I know I needed Nether Wart. Okay, let's see here. Nether Brick, the little variant, and Gunpowder. And Gunpowder. So that doesn't seem to be too bad. And hopefully that's not very expensive as well. It definitely looks like I'm doing pretty good on mana. Because even as I'm making these runes, I'm not running any sort of deficit. At least in the long term. So that is fantastic. While that's crafting, I could totally be looking up the recipes for the other runes, but you know, I'm not. Okay, so we just need to slap that down and right click. Boom. Runes of Fire. Okay, so let's... I bet the Air is the next easiest one, so let's do Rune of Air next. Okay, so Mana Powder, Mana Steel, White Carpet. How do I not have White Wool? Okay, so White Carpet. Let's throw this stuff down here. Obviously, I will need my Mana Powder, my Mana Steel. And then I bet I need stuff like feathers, and because I already forget. Feather and string. And that is all hunky-dory. So let's get on with this one. And we're... okay, freeze. Looks like we're still doing pretty good on mana. And then let's look up... okay, so the ones that are maybe a little bit more difficult will be the spring, summer, and earth. So let's look up spring. Rune of Spring. Okay, so we'll need... okay, so that doesn't even look too bad. Water, fire, and then it looks like this is done. So let's go ahead and... oh, I had it in the right spot. I'm just impatient. Okay, so that's that. Okay, back to the Rune of Spring here. I need saplings. And I have a bunch of these, so let's use the dark oak saplings. Rune of Spring. And wheat. Do I have any wheat? Okay, so I can make wheat pretty easily, I think. In my phytogenic isolator. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop back to my main base, and I can do this off camera, and I'm going to make some wheat in my phytogenic isolator. Once I have that done, I will be right back. So I am back, and I have the wheat. So I believe I have everything I need for the Rune of Spring. So let's double check. Rune of Water, Rune of Fire, wheat, saplings, and yeah, I think that's all I will need. So that is cool, and we are good to go. So Rune of Water, Fire, some saplings, and wheat. So this will probably need a little bit more mana than the ones before. Okay, so it still doesn't seem to be draining mana too fast. So that's obviously good to see. Let's go ahead and look up the Rune of Summer next. And let's start to get things. Okay, so Earth and Air. I still need to do the Earth. So okay, so that is one of the primaries. Okay, so mana. One and one. I knew I need a mushroom. And it looks like this one is done over here. Cool. Rune of Spring. Wait, did it not actually use my Rune of Fire or Rune of Water? I don't think it did. So that's actually pretty cool. And let's see how much mana I have. I still have a lot of mana. So, okay, let's get back to the Rune of Summer. Or not Rune of Summer, the Rune of Earth. Okay, so I need stone and block of coal. That's kind of weird that I need a block of coal. I can see where the stone comes in, though. Because you don't actually find blocks of coal in nature in this game. But anyways, whatever. I shouldn't complain. It's really cheap. So since we're here, I'm just going to go ahead and automate the block of coal because somehow I haven't done that yet. Let's go ahead and craft this up. And while that's going, let's look up the next rune. So it's the Rune of Summer. So Earth, Air, 2 sands. So it's Earth and Air. And the Earth is being crafted as we speak. So sand. Melon. I'm not sure if I have any melons. Okay, so I'm sure that there's a way that I can get... Okay, so I do have melons. I just don't have them in my main system. Do I have... Okay, I'm not even going to worry about that. I definitely have melons, just not with me. And I will have to go and grab some melons. So I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go grab some melons because they're not in my main ME system. And I will also take a nap. And once I have that done, I will be right back. And I'm back and I have plenty of melons. I just need one of them. So let's just throw the rest of them in my system there. Like I said, because I don't need them. And then the last thing I need is a slime ball. So let's grab one of those. And I only actually need one of the Runes of Earth. And like I said, I don't think it actually uses them. So let's toss all this on here and hopefully I have everything right. So that should be the Rune of Summer. Let's take a look at the mana supply. And it is steadily increasing. So that's still pretty good to see. It looks like my Endo Flames are burning through all of the coal. That means I could probably speed up my timer. But I'm not going to worry about that right now because it looks like everything is working pretty well. So let's look at what else I need. I need the... Okay, so I have the waters. I have water, spring, fire. Okay, so the summer one is the last one. I think before I can go ahead and make the Rune of Greed and the Rune of Pride. So let's see. Do I have my mana diamonds? I do. Okay, so let's go back here. And I didn't actually write this down. So I need Pride and Greed. Because they are the final runes here. So water, spring, and the mana pearls here. So there we go. So this should be done. It is cool. Okay, so yeah, let's make this rune of, there we go. So that's the greed, I think. It's pride or greed, I can't remember which. So let's look at rune of pride. So that would be summer and fire. Summer and fire. So where's my summer? There we go. Okay, so let's see if that one is using a little bit more mana. It doesn't look like it is, so that's obviously cool. Okay, so we got the next one ready. Let's look at the orchid recipe and let's start getting that recipe ready. So I need gray petals, 2 gray petals, and they need to not be the light gray. So let's go ahead and make these. So 2 gray petals. Yellow, green, and red. And I bet my craft over there is done. Yes, I see the spark particle effects. So let's finish her up. Okay, that's cool. So let's do this. Mana looks good. And what I need to do here is this. Okay, so all of this is extra. Okay, so then we need the pride and greed, pixie dust. Okay, so I don't have this yet. How do I get Terra Steel? How do I get Terra Steel nuggets? Wait, there has to be a way to get Terra Steel. Am I missing something? Okay, so it looks like this is done. Wait, what? Okay, that was weird, but whatever. Okay, so I have the greed and the pride. And let's actually just rearrange things a little bit. Okay, so Elven Gateway Core. How do I get Terra Steel? I still don't know that. Because the only recipe that I'm getting is if I throw something made of Terra Steel into an arc furnace, which I could do. Okay, so let's see if this mentions Terra Steel. Maybe if I... Terra Steel is a complex magical alloy and for use with a great amount of mana. Okay, so I think this might be a good wrapping up point for this episode because I'm not going to be able to make Terra Steel this episode. I did come quite a ways though. I am quite close to being able to get an Orchid, but it looks like to make Terra Steel is going to be slightly complex operation here. But I am looking forward to getting into this. So far, this mod has been actually pretty fun, and I've enjoyed setting up what I've done so far. So anyways, in today's episode, I set up some more Endo Flames. I also set up this runic altar. I crafted a bunch of these runes that I will be using in the future, and I'm really pretty close to being able to make this orchid here. This shouldn't be a problem. The redstone root, I have everything crafted here and ready to go except for the pixie dust, which requires the open gateway core, which requires mana steel, which is pretty complicated to make, it looks like. So yeah, I'm gonna dive into that next episode, and hopefully I will be able to make an orchid in the next episode. We'll see if that's actually gonna happen or not. But anyways, as of right now, I have let's see here, 717 million iron ingots. This episode is actually filmed almost back to back with the last episode, so that's why I only have like a million more iron ingots. I'm still getting about 26 million iron ingots per day, which means it's about 11 days, give or take, until I'm to my 1 billion iron ingot goal. At my current pace, that is. So anyways, if you liked today's episode, definitely give it a like. If you enjoy watching automation type stuff in modern Minecraft, that's usually pretty much what I do. So definitely consider subscribing to my channel if that's kind of your thing, if you haven't already. Anyway, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.